He sure has. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another crate. In today's review, finally, Mondo's Masters of the Universe 1/6 scale He-Man. Before we get to that, those that watched my unboxing of TF Robots, just a short update on that. A, you don't want to see what it looks like in there, like back there. So much boxes, overall box from shipping, Zeta, and then other stuff. So much stuff came in through the last weeks. It's ridiculous, and it's getting hot. I'm kind of melting in here. Anyway, like I said, any small update I might have, I will share with you. And so with Zeta, it's the current thing. There wasn't only, if this wasn't enough, Silverbolt's wings that were breaking off, but the back hip skirts of the big parts forming combiner piece were also assembled wrong. Like, you see that in the picture over there. You have the skirts that were pushed in. And the thing is, it might have needed to have taken a bit more care to have done that. But it was pushed in and the pegs were sheared off or broken off and were stuck inside the hip skirt, so no one saw it. When I tried to move it, I wondered why it was moving around while I didn't even use that hinge to move it around, and in the back I then saw it. So this is now getting a little bit ridiculous with the QC. I also heard from other guys with Bruticon, like Dan had problems with his Bruticon, that they had this protective sheath over the paint of Bruticon, and now this. Zeta's got to get their QC in gear, you know? I hope this isn't too loud. Buses over here have the AC on, and this is a light building, so please excuse that. But now, that's pretty much it. Everything else I will keep you posted, maybe in a short Tuesday video. But now we're getting in on He-Man, and he's beautiful, and I can't pretty much tell you anything else than moving back there. He has the same strength as Skeletor, he has the same weaknesses as Skeletor. Maybe even one more with the accessories, but we'll get to that. But otherwise, it's a beautiful figure. I'm happy that we've gotten him, and everything else we'll check out in depth. Right, so as you can see here, beautiful front gate of Castle Grayskull. Lots of wooden details, still the jets on the locking mechanism here, and the teeth. Everything comes through nicely. It's full wraparound. Works beautiful with the stones here, stones in the back, a little bit of earth, or I don't know. Looks kind of cloudy. Moss? I don't know. Works fine though, all around. Very, very cool. Slipcase. So when you pull this off, we have the nice, more sepia styled He-Man. Like I said, again, pretty much like James Kirby, at least that's what it reminds me of. And a little bit, like I said, retro style design with the iron cross here, Master of the Universe, most powerful man they had in the universe, Mondo, 1/6 scale collectible, the full thing in color on the back, just amazing. I love the packaging of these guys. And sadly, the slipcase on this one is a little bit thinner and, not thinner, a little bit tighter around on this here, so that's probably why. So be mindful of that. But that's not all. Magnetized, so when you open it up, nice, almost like, here's this, like his transformation, very cool, with a short bio here on the left from Director Senator legendary King Grayskull. Few knots here and there, so yeah, I love the packaging of it. I can't tell you anything else. And just real quick, Grayskull and Elf Mountain beside each other. It still looks like Elf. Sorry, Mondo. And there we got He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. We're gonna get to him in a short bit. First, as you see it already, after some slight rearrangement, the parts. And he's coming with a very, very, very fair bit. I think that's very cool. And let's just start with the boring ones to get those out of the way. So right out of the box, he's equipped with 2 fists, regular, nothing else to it. And here we got 2 trigger pulling hands and 2 weapon holding hands. And to just give you an idea of how those look. pretty much the same as on Skeletor without the crusty ass fingernails. We have some nice vein details on the top. It's all painted like, I don't know, with acrylics or something like that. A little bit dirty on the inside. Very, very interesting fingernails sculpted, and they're of a more flexible nature, so you can cram everything in there. Like I said beforehand, if you want to see how those things are attached, also to pop them out from the body, please check the Skeletor review. A lot of how this guy works is taken from him, mold mates, everything, so you know. Next boring piece that still doesn't make any sense is the stand. This is the underside, meaning this is the upper side. You cram the crotch holder in here and all of this beautiful detail is lost with the M. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not using it. I'm gonna have them stand freely, and I'm gonna relocate them shortly, I believe, when Man-at-Arms and other guys are coming in. So yeah, if you wanna use it, that's fine. You can stand him on there, maybe paint it yourself, but the crotch piece needs to go in here, so if you need that, all the details lost. For the old school nerds, pretty much like me, this head rings home. A lot of old details with brown on the hair here for the blonde axis, and the eyes and the nose and the mouth are still a super retro, super old mini comic, super old figure design wise, and you pop him off this ball pack. Again, same method as on Skeletor, so you want to check that out. You can see that. Otherwise, it looks goofy, but it's cool that it's there. The weapons is a point where it's actually getting interesting, because this gives him a hybrid style of He-Man from the series and also from the Dolph Lundgren movie. And that was Skeletor just toppled over for comparison sake, so it's hard to balance him. Never mind. Yeah, glorious dry brush of silver over there. Looks very, very cool with matte black on the rest of the gun. A lot of cool line details, an actual trigger. More dry brushing on the front here, and on the other side even some gauge detailing in here, which looks actually pretty cool. I think I highly dig that. And you cram them into the hands, but Skeletor didn't have those, so I didn't use them too much, so it's still a little bit tight, but that's how you do it. And once he has them, he holds them just fine. Same goes for the blaster, and that's pretty much taken directly from the movie, which is cool. Mainly silver, flat black on the tip here too. The tip is a little bit bent downwards, I don't know why, but it's a nice gun, nicely in scale, as you just cram it in the same way, and this is a very safe fit. Weird detail, but still kind of neat. It's an animated character made as a little statue slash collectible figurine. We got Burby here, and even his tail rotates, so at least a little bit of a play feature. The antennae are flexible, otherwise this is rigid plastic, and if you want to put him up, you just put the little, okay, you have a little of a half circle here, and you have a half circle hole here, so according to that, you can put him in the stand, and he's pretty high up. Nice. Next of the new accessories with He-Man is this ridiculous shield. It's looking so glorious. You need to have this in hand. It's really beautiful. We have red, gold, I believe silver with a black wash over it, and then we have maybe black or gray here with the silver wash over it. Looks beautiful. A lot of battle damage on here, like kinks in here and dents in here and some knife marks in there. Beautiful. Other side, leather wise, brownish, gold continues with black wash on the outside here and a leather-like strap. And accompanying this is this secondary grip. You have a smaller side and a wider side with an angle piece here, so you put it in here and in here. And it gets a little fiddly to actually do that, but when you have taken He-Man, you slide this over his arm. Try to straighten that out. That comes down, a little paint drop. We will get to that. That's the stuff of making business with painted things. So you take the grip and you need to cram it in his hand first, and then you need to locate this thing. Also kind of first have the hand in there and then put it in here. It's fiddly. I don't like it too much, but it works. And for a display, I believe I have this the wrong way around. Yeah, I believe so. So again, gotta do your diligence. You know, it's fiddly. This is fiddly. The way it's attached, I don't like this. Once it's on, it stays on fairly well, and it's meriting a cost because it looks really cool on his arm, and it works, and it makes for a nice display piece. But yeah, mind the assembly. One of the last pieces are the beautiful sheath and power sword itself. The sheath itself is styled the same way as on Skeletor, with a lot of sculpted details on the actual leather bits here, but we have a battle cat tip on here. Ain't that a nice little detail? Mondo battle cat incoming? I don't see that, but it's looking nice. On the other side, we have the clamps. This is still flexible. I glued this in place. If you want to know why, again, Skeletor, but just in short, these come out very quick. You see how this loosen up when you wiggle it around? That's how it happens. Again, velveteen cover in there, power sword slides right in, looking beautiful, giving a full nice look of everything. Plugs on the back the same way as on Skeletor, so you need to cram this behind this harness. Not too much fun, which is why I glued this in place. Yeah, so much for the sheath. And now let's take in that sword. Isn't that the epitome of a power sword? I think it looks beautiful. We have the overall shape like from the Filmation sword. We have essentially leather wrappings on the grip here, very barbarian-like, also on the hilt here, with some darker bronze silver mixture, something like that, and a gold trim around. Gunmetal on the blade, and the sharp area, I'm missing a word, the sharp area is actually a lighter silver. A lot of dents and everything on the overall sword here, and also on the hilt and everything. And the skull on here, very nice detail. Actually reminds me a lot of Castle Grayskull. So beautifully painted helmet, gold trim, black eyes, wash around the teeth. Just amazing, really amazing. Super cool sword, looks amazing. Great job done by Mondo. And you cram it in the hand, as with the sword on Skeletor and everything else, so no rocket science. Last two, and we're out of here. The axe. The axe is pretty much styled the same way as on Skeletor, with few of the details here on the actual main body of the axe. Again, a lighter trim here on the outside, on the edges of the actual axe. Leather wrappings on the grip, gold with black wash, pins here, overall a wash overall, giving him a very jagged, used, dirty, barbarian look. Looking super cool. Same on the tip here on the back. Just amazing. And for the last, it's either his normal sword, if he's going all akimbo, I don't know, or it's Adam's sword that transforms into the power sword. Anyway, same styling, silver on the edges, king's dents, sword, knife marks in there, gold on here, leather wrappings, and on here. Repeated on the other side. Yeah, accessories out the wazoo, looking friggin' beautiful. And finally we got the main man, we got He-Man, the ancestor of King Grayskull, that infused his power into the magical power sword, given to Adam by the sorceress. Just for a short story, in case you didn't know He-Man. But yeah, beautifully done. The skirt tends to go up a little bit, that looks better. Great face sculpt. Some people don't like it. I have a little bit of a paint splotch here. Maybe I paint this over, maybe I keep it that way. I don't know, I don't want to tend too much with these guys, but beautiful head sculpt. Looks very nice, a little bit in there. Blue eyes, eyebrows painted. This is painted head to toe. This is all painted, all paint accessories here. It's looking absolutely amazing. So a lot of muscle details in here, and the gauntlets here come through nicely. We got to that in a short bit, but we have strands of hair sculpted in here with brown wash. Overall, we have leather-like bits on his armor here with the iron cross having dry brush over the cross edge, which looks amazing. All the muscles are coming through nicely with the muscle paint coming all around. Here also on the back with a lot of details with silver and stuff. It's just looking amazing, absolutely amazing. Mondo went all out. Like I said on Skeletor, it's not perfect, but it is a extremely well done figure, and it's one of their first. So I'm gonna let that slide on those first two. You know, I didn't handle the Iron Giant, but that's about it. Now to the juicy bits for the ladies. We got the leather strap here. If you pop the upper body off, which happens fairly easy because you can use the waist swivel, but it gets off very, very easy. Like when I continue to do that, it would come off pretty easy. But he has a little bit of an ab crunch too. Full articulation, which is the same also as on Skeletor, 100% you see in that video. See that in the description down below. And also, if you click, when you're on PC, that is on the little eye in the corner up here, you will find the Skeletor review there. Anyway, stitched all here, leather-like, faux leather, gold or bronze on here on the buckle with silver, and dry brushing also on those leather bits here. Going all around, absolutely amazing, freaking cool. Like I said, all the muscles on the paint, on the legs, on the arms, on the head, everything is painted. So there's a lot of detail. There's a little bit of paint rub on the gauntlets here. I wanted to show you that real quick. So that's a bit of a bummer. It's not too, it's not really that bad because you have the armor overall anywhere, but it's happening. It's happening, so be mindful of that. I'm not messing with that because I don't want to rub any more paint off, but yeah, that's a thing. But again, further down to the legs, again, like I said, insane detail overall here with the painted muscle strands, and we got the boot. It's all sculpted nicely. Gotta check that zoom here. It's gotten a hard time when something hollows in here. You know it's not the best zoom, it's an old phone. So additional cat hair. We got actual plush here. That's super cool, very barbarian, and all these leather strands here over the actual boots. Beautiful, just beautiful. We have the single difference on the articulation, which I'm doing now, is the foot here. It's articulated here. No, we got no rotation. I thought we had rotation at the cut, but we have a additional hinge, a ball joint in the, is that a ball joint? I believe so, in the actual toe. So you get that down as a hinge and up a nice bit. I think I was out of the picture. Up and down, nice, and also rocker wise left and right. So there's a lot. Just no toe tilt, but otherwise, this guy is articulated fairly nice, and let's be fair, he just looks very, very, very cool. Just amazing. I'm not gonna sculpt him too much, right? I'm not sculpting anyhow, I didn't do that. I'm not gonna articulate him too much because that is rough. They are articulated well, but the joints have problems. So that's what's going into the rating 2, same as on Skeletor, but just to show you real quick how cool he can look with accessories on. So this is how he can actually look, and I think this is a killer look, and this is also how he's standing beside Skeletor on the shelf in my D12. But for some quick facts, before you see the main bad guy, real quick, he's weighing in at 614 grams, and he's pretty much bang on 12-inch, just shy of, really, really shy of 30 centimeters. So we got him all straightened out already. Let's bring in Skeletor. And this is the look I wanted. I think with the cape and everything, Skeletor looks just splendid. And with He-Man together, it's just beautiful. In my shelf, I actually have them standing like this, a bit more back to back, like, yeah, eternal rivalry, you know? So, what can I tell you? This is what I betted my money on, and I'm very happy that I did. And yeah, I can't wait for Man-at-Arms. Horde Act 2, it's announced. Few guys I don't need, like Merman, but that's for another topic. Just so you know, real quick, here you got the old Moto Classics V1 He-Man, so quite a difference, quite a difference. And Generation Toys Tyrant, their IDW G1 Comics Stealth Bomber Megatron. It's looking cool, especially with those two bad guys in kind of a new incarnation, but yeah, no mix and match. And because you know this is a mainstay, Storm Collector's Baraka. So, oh cool, there's one more else. Most people don't buy the more expensive one. They go in on Masterpiece Cars. Transform Mission Carnage, which is the same company as this guy. This is Generation Toy, this is Transform Mission. No idea why they did this, but this is Generation Toy, just so you know. So I think this should give you a very fair idea how big those guys are. Final thoughts. So that was him, He-Man from Mondo, 1/6 scale. Is he good? You bet your ass he is. What not? Do I say it? Well, it's my channel. I did say it. So I will break it all down. It's essentially, if you cross-check that with Skeletor, it's almost the same. They are on the same base body. They share a lot of the same accessories, like the sheath and the sword. And essentially Mondo was smart and did it as kind of a repaint. A heavy repaint and also a retool, but they made it and it works. It works very well. There's just two little gripes, like his upper body pops off the lower one way easier than on Skeletor. That's one. You can easily pop it back on and it doesn't break, but still there's that. And the second thing I would have wished for would have been a secondary sculpt for this one. There is a secondary sculpt, but a secondary one for this one where he's shouting, "I have the power," like to have. That would have been nice. That would have been cool. Otherwise, if you have them posed back to back, like I said, Eternal Rivalry stuff type, I think this is looking tremendously well. And mind you, I tried cat score. I tried, but that cat is an extortionist. That cat is an extortionist. She I'm here working over the day, you know? So when I'm back over there, she's at first a little pissy with me. So I tried in between to go over there and cuddle with her a little bit. And then I show her the figure. And then she's like, oh. So this is how the super hype meow comes around. But when I take the figure and show it to her, just like that from the get-go, from here over to there when I'm working on the video, in my free time, mind you, okay? She won't cuddle, she won't give it a bit, she won't give me a bit. So I let the cat score this time, let it be, because she didn't eat too well. I wasn't too hard on her for that. And she didn't help me with the figure, so let's say it's a draw today. Okay, guys? This cat is a diva. You know what I mean? I mean, which cat isn't? But anyway, that was He-Man from Mondo. I recommend if you are into 6 scale, or you want to get into 6 scale, you want to start with more cult classic characters and that were more akin to your heart from your childhood, a definite recommend. Okay? So appreciate you checking out, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you leave a sub or a like or whatever. I really do. And on Sunday, you will see New Age Toys Lucifer, their Legends class Starscream, with big thanks to my man Andy. All right, guys? So again, enjoy the weather, but stay healthy. Be good, be well. Bye-bye.